In this video, I will be debuting one of the many elements in regards to TaylorMade Officials Basketball Officials Development Program. I will be breaking down the entire first half of the East Bay Rising All-Star Challenge. It's me, Ken Thomas. You guys know me as Mr. Smooth. I will be guiding you through this journey known as officiating. For this element of the development program, there are 5 elements: game breakdown, presentation breakdown, rules knowledge through testing, image buildup, and of course game experience. This video will cover breakdown. Before I start the video, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and comment to the video. This will help our organization gain exposure. The more eyeballs we get to our channel, the bigger difference we can make in our community through officiating, because that's what TaylorMade is about, improving the community. If you can please donate to our PayPal, the money will be used to buy officiating gear such as pants, shirts, whistles for the youth who are new or who want to get into officiating. All the info and links are in the description below to our social media pages, as also where to buy TMOBA gear through our apparel store, and a bunch of other info that will make you the best versions of yourself. With that said, let's begin. We have 2 officials here who are well past the beginning stages of their officiating career, so I can finally talk about some of the more advanced philosophies in officiating. When breaking down film, it is important to have a critical eye and look for things to improve on to get better. So I'll be giving constructive criticism to help these officials improve their game. I will also point out some of the things they did correctly so they can take those good qualities into their next game. Every game starts with a jump ball for the most part, so let's see if they perform their responsibilities correctly for the jump ball. Now at this point, the trail should look at the clock to see if it started, and their lead will signal that the clock is start when the ball is touched. At this point, our clocks are on this side of the gym and here. And then our trail official should be looking at the table to make sure the arrow is set correctly. So I'm going to clear it and start the video. Another thing the trail has to be worried about, let's say if the defense wanted to pressure here, our trail would then have to move our feet and get the angle and officiate the play. So it's important not to have our feet stuck in cement. But here there isn't any immediate ball pressure. Let's go ahead and clear that and roll the video. Now it's important here that our trail official, again, positions adjusts, moves and flattens out somewhere in this area to get the look. Because we would have flattened out and been in this area here, we would have the perfect angle to see this drive to the basket. Right now, we're kind of straight line, and as officials, we don't want to be straight line. We want to have the best possible view. We also got a little bit of replays and slow motion for you guys as well. That was due to the NorCal broadcast, so that wasn't me. So here you can see that our trail did a good job of dropping down and getting the proper angle to see in between the offensive player and the defender. As the play continues. Now when our trail official marks the three-pointer, it's important not to pump fake or be indecisive with our mechanics. We always want to show confidence. So when somebody shoots a three, we don't have to mark it immediately. We could referee the shooter from the floor to the ground, see if there's any contact, and then we can mark the three. So we don't have to hurry ourselves with our mechanics. We could do everything slow and in control. Good job of not overcommitting. Good hustle by the lead official to get down to the end line and come up with the proper out of bounds call. So now we have a drive to the basket. So it's important that our trail official who's here takes a few steps down and stays with the drive to the basket. Maybe come to about here and maintain that angle of all the players here instead of being so far back and having a not so good of a look. So it's important to maintain our angles. Now it's important here just to poke a little fun that when we step on the court, our shoes are laced up and tied and ready to go. Because as you can see, we have a play coming into the league's primary, and our lead official is tying their shoes. So we want to, again, look professional at all times and look like we're alert at all times. So I'm just really just poking fun at my man Dexter right here. Nothing too serious. I'll go ahead and roll it. Looks like we should be ready to go now. So here we're gonna have a travel call by the lead. So I want to put it in slow motion so we're able to see it. The player is going to catch the ball and establish the left foot as the pivot foot. Then he's going to step with the right foot, and the left foot comes off the ground and back onto the floor before the player shoots the layup. So let's see it. As you can see the travel. Now we're going to look at the mechanic by our lead official. Let me see if I can get off slow motion. There we go. Now it's important when the lead does call the travel that they face this way and then give the travel mechanic and then point this way as well. So instead of calling the mechanic on the move or taking steps, we want to be at a complete stop and then give the travel mechanic. So I'm going to go ahead and clear it, and I'm going to roll it again. So it's important that our trail actually comes in the picture, maybe here, and officiate at this point. Because if I'm here now, depending on where these players are at, you could come here and look in and get the 3-point shot, or maybe back out a couple of feet, depending. But since we're in the play, we can then look at the rebounding here. Right now, it's an all-star game, so they're not really engaged in anything. It's more of a pickup game, but as the game gets more intense and they're going to fight for more possessions, we want to be in the best angle possible, the best position possible. So I'm going to go ahead and clear it and start the video. Now, when we have drives to the basket, it's important to have a patient whistle, let the play start, develop, and finish, and then make a decision to put a whistle on the play. I believe this is the third and one of the game, and we're not even 4 minutes in. Even though there may be contact, is the contact preventing the offense from doing what they need to do? Did the contact prevent this player from making a layup? It's a difference between marginal contact and illegal contact, so we want to make sure that we have quality foul calls. Good 5 seconds closely guarded as the defender stayed in him. So I'm gonna go ahead and back this up because I believe, let's see if I can back it up just a little bit. me see if I can put the slow-mo in too. There we go. So now when we have this kick to the corner, our lead official here is going to pick up the ball. So at this point, the trail should work off the ball. So the trail should move down here, because again, if we move our feet, that's where our eyes are going to go. And if our trail would have stepped down like they were supposed to, then they could have worked off ball and got all this action out here. Now we have two officials watching the ball, which is never a good thing. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to clear it, I'm going to roll it. I'm going to leave this here. I'm also going to leave the view of what the official would have been looking at during the shot. So as you can see, that's what the trail should have been looking at. But again, our trail also bailed too early as well. So then as this ball is caught, then our trail from this position will hustle down the court. So let me go ahead and turn the slow motion off and start it. So again, during this drive to the basket, our trail official needs to get, first of all, in the picture. So if our trail would have stepped down, maybe came to about this area, then they would have saw in between the offensive player and defensive player. But our trail has to stay connected to the play. So our trail is having a problem staying connected. So that may be something you want to work on going forward as you officiate. Are you staying connected to plays? So I'm going to clear it. And I'm going to roll the video. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to back this up just a little bit more. Maybe I'll put in slow motion too. So now we have another drive to the basket. So it's important that our trail gets the best look. So I would say, because right now, the official's vision was going to get blocked at some point by this player right here. So it's important that our trail official works his way down here and gets this look. So as the play is developed, they'll be able right here to have the best look to see any foul action by this player here. And our lead official will then pick up this primary defender here. So the trail would have these two defenders for a possible foul, and the lead will pick up the secondary defender. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to clear it, and I'm going to roll it again. Let me take the slow motion off. So this is an interesting play. You can see that the ball handler was able to get by the first defender, so our trail should have maybe stepped down and stay connected. But then we're going to have a secondary defender come over, so I'm going to go ahead, slow mo it and start it. Now you can see the contact was on this side of the player, which is the trail side, but it was committed by a defender who came for the lead's primary, so we're going to have a double whistle. Like I said, I would like the trail to step down and stay connected for the play, but they did a good job of communicating as to who was going to take the foul. So I'm going to take the slow motion off and play it, and let's see what happens. So as the ball handler is on the far side of the court, you can see that our trail does a good job of moving towards the center of the court and getting an angle to referee the play, so that's good. We don't want to stay hugging this sideline right here. We want to move towards the center of the court to officiate this action. So that's a good job of position adjusting. I want to go ahead and back this up if I can, a couple of frames. Let me see if I can slow-mo it as well. So as we see gray box out the player in black right here, it will be up to the lead to decide if this is a legal contact or not. As you can see, they have the perfect view. So I believe from this angle, it looks like a possible push foul could have been called. I'll roll it, see what happens. It looks like there's a little bit of displacement which prevents the player in gray from getting the ball, but maybe the gray player was underneath the rim and couldn't get it. So the ball's tipped out of bounds and play resumes. I'm going to take off the slow motion. Just want to point little things out like that. Now I want to stop it here. I want to focus in on the lead official here. Now as you can see, the offense looks like they're in a 5-out look. There's no competitive matchups in the post. So our lead appears to be looking at the ball. So I'm going to let the play develop. Let me go ahead and clear it. Now we have a drive to the basket where the ball handler was able to get around the defender, but you can see that our lead is still looking at the ball handler when the lead should be focused on this secondary defender coming here. So we want to make it a practice to work off ball, and as the lead, think secondary defender on drives to the basket, secondary defender, because he'd be taking the charge, maybe try to get vertical, contest the shot. We wouldn't be able to see the whole play start, develop, and finish. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear it. And I'm gonna roll the tape again. Now here we have a potential alley-oop. Now remember, we gotta watch the defender to see if that push in the back causes a foul or not. Maybe the pass was off target, but there was contact, and the league had to decide to put a whistle on the play or not. So there's things to think about. You want to anticipate the play, alley-oop. If somebody undercutting the alley-oop or somebody pushing them from behind, that contact prevent the player from catching the ball and shooting the basket in, or tipping the basket in, or dunking the basket in. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll the video. We got a good carry violation by the trail official. I'm gonna go ahead and run that play back a little bit. Something important I want to address. So I'm gonna stop it right here. Let me see if I can slow-mo it a bit. Now it's important that as the lead, that as when the ball enters our primary, that we step out wide here. So that way we could maintain our outside in look, and we can see the primary defender as well as possible a secondary defender coming over. So right now the lead is in a good position to accept the drive to the basket. So as the shot is taken, the lead can only see the jump shooter and the defender. Being wider would have allowed the lead to see the jump shooter, defender, and potential rebounding action, or maybe a second defender coming over if it was a drive to the basket. So it's important to maintain that 45-degree angle. Our lead from the position that they were in had to flatten out, and they lost that 45-degree angle. So that's why it's important to stay wide, because you can see the whole play and have all the players in your vision. Let me go ahead and take off slow motion so we could get through the half a little bit faster. Now I will like to say that I don't make another note till about 5:48 in game, as our officials did a great job of being in position as they officiated, or they didn't make any other mistakes that I didn't already comment before, so I didn't want to be redundant and keep repeating myself. So let's go ahead and enjoy the way that they officiate. Again, if you haven't liked the video, be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, check out our links. All of our social media is there. Where to donate is there. If you know somebody interested in officiating, our emails are there. If you have a business inquiry that you want to make to us, that's also there as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and back this play up. As you can see, a foul was called, but if you're not familiar with officiating, you might have saw a block, you might have saw an offensive foul. So I'm gonna break down this play to see why the blocking foul was called as opposed to an offensive foul. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in slow motion. So I want to talk about legal guarding positions. So for a defender to establish legal guarding position, you're looking for 2 feet on the ground facing the defender. Also, to maintain legal guarding position, the defender can move backwards or lateral. So let's see, because right now we do have legal guarding position. So let me roll the play in slow motion for you guys. So you can see the defender move into the offensive player. So that's why the blocking foul is called as opposed to an offensive foul, because the defender initiated the contact. So I'm going to take it off slow motion. I'm going to go ahead and start the game. So our trail could have stepped down and got a better look, but the ball was out of bounds. So I want to stop it here. So when we have our throw in, our trail pusher could be here looking at these players here. So they you just have a better angle for throwing to see if somebody's getting held or not. But we're going to have a quick turnover. So I'm going to go ahead and roll it. So as you can see, good hustle by the lead official to make the correct foul call on the fast break layup. However, to add sizzle and pop, instead of calling the foul on the move, the lead should get to the end line, stop, square his shoulders with the action, and then do the foul signal standing still as opposed to being on the move. So when you're on the move, you can decide that you're going to call the foul, but then you just get to a spot, the end line, or whatever you feel comfortable with. Stop, square, freeze, and sell the call. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the video some more. We'll get to see it in slow motion. So right now, you know you're going to call the foul, so just stop on the end line, square with the action, and do your foul signal. Good job maintaining the angle and walking the play down. Good job for the trail stopping down and getting the angle, as well as seeing the three-point shot and scoring. Let me go ahead and back up a couple of frames here. A little bit more. There we go. Right there. Let me put this in slow motion if I can. We're going to focus on the trail official. So right now we have a drive to the basket. So our trail should be walking this play down in the paint, then having an open view at any potential legal contact here. So if we were to walk down just a couple of steps, a couple of paces, and end up in this area, now we have this to look at right here. I'm gonna go ahead and play it in slow motion. So we would have been in that angle. Then as the ball is on the rim, our trail is already moving back out of the play. But if we would have held our position, because when shots to the basket, we should try to have our momentum goes towards the basket as opposed to away from the basket. Because what happens is we have an offensive rebound and our trail took themselves out of the play. But if we would have held our position, we don't even have to move. As you can see, we can just then focus on this action here without even having to move. So now if we do take ourselves out of position, now our trail should be fighting to get back in position to get the look. But as you can see, even when the ball was passed, it's just a simple pivot and turn here. So you basically, if you stay connected to the play, you don't even have to move. So I'm going to go ahead and clear it. I'm going to draw the original position where the trail should have been. And you can see our trail was late to get back into the play. So if there was illegal contact, or since our trail disengaged from the play, There could have been a foul on the backside that the lead would not have been able to see. Since our trail took themselves out of the play, we may miss a potential foul or potential violation. So I'm going to go ahead and clear it, take it off of slow motion. So I want to go ahead, I want to focus on the defender who's guarding the player with the ball. We're going to focus in on him. Do I want to put it in slow motion? I think I will. Go ahead and play it. So you can see there's a little bump in the push as the player shoots, and you can see the contact. Even though the offensive player is shooting a fadeaway, due to the contact, the shooter ended up out of bounds. So I would support a foul call here from the lead, as the play is in the lead's primary. So I'm going to take it off slow motion. We're getting close to the end of the half. Let me go ahead and start it. Now I want to point out the outstanding hustle by the trail official to engage this long pass and call the foul. Remember, the lead is blocked off and can only guess at what happened. It's up to the trail official to hustle and close and seal this call at the spot of the foul, not being half court at the division line or in the back court trying to call a foul. So it's important to always hustle so you don't get beat, so you don't let your partner left hang. Gonna go ahead and start it as we're closing the half. There's 2 more notes I got, so we're almost there. Go ahead and bear with me. We're almost done. Now in this play, we're going to have a clock malfunction. We're going to see if our officials, how they handle the clock malfunction. So at this point, the trail says start the clock. The clock doesn't start. Our lead will blow a whistle to stop play. Now what's supposed to happen here is, since the lead blow their whistle, we have a dead ball, so the trail should take the ball out. Once the clock is reset, then the play should resume. However, as you can see, that didn't happen. They were allowed to play. So what can happen going forward is the team or defense could assume that there was a whistle, so they're going to stop the play. So then now, since we don't stop it, the team or offense is able to drive by the defender because they relax, thinking play is going to be stopped. So whenever we have a whistle, whether it's inadvertent, not inadvertent, the play must stop. We either restart with a throw in or a free throw. But the game has to start properly, so nobody is caught off guard and everybody has a fair chance to set their defense. So when we have a shot at the buzzer, it's important that the trail official signals emphatically to the scores table that the basket is good. So other than that, that was a great first half that was refereed by tailor-made officials. Things for Dexter to work on, of course, staying connected on drives to the basket as a trail and staying connected while shots are in the air as a trail. So again, staying engaged and staying connected as a trail for Dexter was a constant theme for the first half. So you want to flatten out. You also want to flatten out and get the proper angle in half-court sets. And of course, a whistle cadence was something I want you to work on. Things for Tonisha to work on, refereeing the defense, picking up the secondary defenders, whistle cadence, and being a tad more decisive with some of your mechanics. There were a couple of times where you wanted to call a foul and you double pump fake. So I want you to eliminate double pump faking from your mechanics. Other than that, the crew was great at calling plays, displaying the proper mechanics. The hustle was outstanding, and they also communicated well. So again, this took just about an hour to break down one half of film. So again, if you're able to watch the whole thing, again, like our page, subscribe to our page, look at our links in the description. They are there to help you out with anything in regards to officiating and stuff off the court. Again, this is Mr. Smooth signing off. Peace out.